Wah, İsrail budi dia kebunan ini Israel. Masuk masuk sebentar jangan kebunan ini.
So in the past, they actually suffered from a lot of predators like hyenas, cheetahs, and wolves. Yeah, but number one predator used to be the Bedouins. The Bedouins actually killed everything for the meat. It was left only 8 oryx in the entire country. So out of that 8, they managed to bring 4 to Phoenix to breed them again. After breeding, they got about 70, and then they started bringing them back to the country. So today they have managed to reach about 10,000 plus oryx again from 8. Yeah, so this reserve alone has done 800 plus. You notice the guard, once we came in, the guard is counting how many persons is going inside the reserve. It's not because we are going to get missing inside. It's just because the money which you actually pay to come on the trip, there is a portion which is going back to the reserve. Yeah. So over there, what you're seeing shining, that's the solar park. It's a huge project by the ruler of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Solar Park. So that is like, if you go there, you will notice there's a lot of solar panels all over that area. But this tower is a new project which they started. So they have mirrors around that's reflecting the sunlight to the top. Yeah, so it's like water which is being overheated, and then the steam is channeled to power like a generator, something like that, so it can make electricity. He says by 2035 he wants to do about 80% of electricity from there. On the left here, it's a research area just for plants only. Yeah, so you notice all is inside a separate fence. Is to stop gazelles and oryx not to go in and bother the plants. We have lots of different varieties, so they are putting all the native plants inside to use it for research by universities.
When did this start, this whole park?
This reserve is about 22 years now. Yeah, it's a long time ago. So there's a hotel in the middle of this desert. So we are currently in the 3rd largest desert in the world. They call this the empty quarter. In Arabic, it's called Rub al-Khali. So the Rub al-Khali is almost the same size as France. Yeah, about 650,000 square kilometers. Shared by 4 countries: UAE, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, and Oman. So Oman is just somewhere on the left side. On days where we have like clear skies, you can see the mountain that separates the 2 countries. They call it Hajar Mountain. Hajar is a word in Arabic which means stone. Yeah, so it's a stone mountain. If you've been to the Palm Island, notice there's lots of stones they put all over the palm. So that's where they get all the stones to go and construct those islands. So I will have a couple of questions for you. I always try to make it only 3, and maybe 1 bonus question. Yeah, so we just go back to school, all of us, and I will need only 1 correct answer out of 3 questions. If you don't succeed, I will add 1 bonus question. So if you don't get all, I'll look for a nice place in the desert. I'll tell you to make pictures and I run away. All right, so they are easy questions. They are questions that we all think we know, but after I ask, you might start to realize that yes, it's an easy question, but it always escapes our mind. So question number 1, what is the largest desert in the world?
Gobi Desert.
First answer, Gobi. You all need to agree here because I leave you all together.
Oh gosh.
Maybe I'll take your mother back.
He watches a lot of documentaries.
Yeah, so he said Gobi, so you all need to agree.
I thought. Are you sure?
Yeah,
How
I think
sure are
so.
you?
What is the largest desert in the world?
Sahara, that's what I thought.
Sahara?
Sure it's a gobi?
Do you all decide? One answer.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
Sahara.
Sahara?
Yeah.
Okay, so the largest desert in the world is Antarctica.
Ah, what?
Antarctica. All,
Desert?
all made of ice.
Ice desert?
Yes.
That's not a desert.
It is. I was like you. So when I joined the company, I didn't know as well. So I actually argued in class for the whole time, for the whole 2 hours class. And then at the end of the class, they say, bring out your phone, you can now check. So Antarctica is the largest desert. Sahara is the second largest desert. If you have to specify now, the coldest desert, still Antarctica. The most dry desert, Sahara. Or the hottest desert, Sahara. The desert with the highest number of dunes is the empty quarter, this one. So no other desert has these dunes more than this one. And now my second question was supposed to be number one. So simple question, what is a desert?
A barren land where nothing grows.
You can see things growing, no? Come on.
Yeah, barren land.
Barren
It
land,
doesn't
but
rain much. Dry?
There's things
Dryness?
growing here though, that's the problem. That
I
doesn't
think it
work.
doesn't rain much.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's rain much. Yeah.
So the answer is a place with little or no rainfall. Yeah. So yeah, it's not all about dry. It's not all about lack of water or any other thing you can think of. So this is a 5-star hotel in the middle of the desert, the Al Mahal. Yeah. So if you look at Antarctica, they don't have rainfall. That's why it's considered to be a desert. Yeah. Over here we have about 7 to 9 days of rain. And now it's difficult to count because they actually make their own rain. They do cloud seeding. So with cloud seeding, it's also difficult to tell most of the time if it's cloud seeding or not, except you go online and you try to ask a lot, then you can get the answer for that. A couple of days it rained over here. Yeah, it didn't rain all over in Dubai. So maybe things like that could be cloud seeding. They do it mostly close to the mountain. So they have these chemicals they spray, which brings the cloud together. And sometimes you see the wind will move the rain to fall in different places like that.
And it's pure water.
Sorry?
It's pure water.
It's rainwater.
Rainwater.
Yeah.
Not chemicals.
No. When I even say chemicals, it's not like some serious kind of chemical. They have something, I think it's dry ice. And something like that. So they go where that they have clouds forming and then they add it into it. So it makes the clouds more heavier than here.
Yeah.
And then makes the rain fall. So my third question should have been you to look around and tell me where is the best place for you to have water in the desert.
So the biggest trees are.
Yes, where you have the trees. So the trees is always an indication of the presence of water. Most people will always tell me go where there's the lowest places or where there's more green plants. So I always tell them it's like you have 2 cups of water. One is shallow and the other one is deep. The deeper one always gets more water. Why? Because if you look at this part of the world, there's 2 things that normally is very common. Humidity during this period. During the summer, it's too humid. So all this is water in the air. And winter, we have a lot of fog. So when that happens, you will notice nighttime, there's always a lot of condensation that's happening. So because of that, we can say that the plants all get their water from the air. Yeah, so on top of the hill, they get less advantage than those which are down the hill. They get more advantage to receive this water. The trees, they get their water straight under the ground because of their roots. They have very long roots. So these roots will get to tap this water so that they can stay for as long as they can. This is the national tree of the UAE. They call them gaff tree. This tree can last in the desert for a very, very long time. Like these ones you see, they are more than 100 years old. And so see, we have these gazelles. We have 2 kinds of gazelles here, sand gazelle and mountain gazelle. So these are mountain gazelles. These are sun gazelle, sorry, light brown. Mountain gazelle, you're going to see them, they are dark brown in color. How you tell the difference between the male and the female? The males, they have a bigger horn. The females have tiny horns. So all this you see, they are females. I think this one, the second to the last, is a male one because the horn looks bigger.
Why is it curled?
Sorry?
Curled? One of the horns is curled.
It's a genetic
defect.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is just like a plate holding the water. Where's the water coming from? You see the solar panel overhead there. So where you see the solar panel, they have a well with a pump that's pulling out the water here so they can drink. This tree is also known as the tree of life because it provided them with at least 4 basic things of life. Number 1 is water. They showed them the presence of water. Number 2 is food. They used to eat the new leaves. They add it to their salad. Number 3 is medicine. So they use it for medicine, for toothache and eye drops. Yeah, crush the leaves. You can hold it on the tooth that's aching. Or crush the leaves, you can squeeze it in your eyes. So that will help you for eye drops. And whenever they found water, this is a place they will call home for the meantime. So they will build their tents under the trees to benefit from the shade. Yeah. So we are going to stop here so you can make some photos before we continue. We will go up the hill. It's a beautiful view from above. You can make some photos. All right.
I don't think so.
It's difficult. It's difficult.
Too hard.
Yeah. How are you, sir? Acha. Yeah, mommy cannot come up, so.
Enjoy the view.
Yes, boss. Huh?
I'll take that up.
Oh.
See everything you took us.
They're not pushy. Oh.
No, see.
Shia, I feel the heat. I feel away from my body right now, so I understand when you cry heat. I understand very well now. Your daughter sent me message because I did Dubai. You see that Burj Khalifa this thing, picture I put on for my status.
My daughter sent for you.
She said, Auntie, were you in Dubai? I said, yes, last week.
You leave.
Yes.
Why is it good?
Bye. I don't know. I'm following you because I'm late. If you had enough, we go back in the car, we continue. So we have a limit. You see the sticks? You see the stick, boss? Tell him not to move. Yeah, this is the Dubai Desert Conservation Reserve. Where we did the headscarf, that's a private property of the Sheikh Boti. Yeah.
This one, if you want to just come here, you can come.
No, you cannot. You cannot. But outside, just before we going into the gate, it's free. You can come there.
Oh, we're not here.
Yeah. You want me to help you with the phone? I can make you photos together.
They good.
Oh my God.
Nice.
It's not as hot as it's in Dubai.
It's just because of the shade and there's so much breeze. Where you come from, it's too much humid because of the sea. Yeah. Like last night, I don't know if you noticed last night. I went to Jumeirah, but up in Nari. Immediately I dropped the gas, all the glass.
Glass.
As I opened the door,
I
all
was
the glass
driving
was sweating.
that Honda Civic.
Yeah.
And bloody, I couldn't even see. It's fogging up both mirrors, back, from outside. Like living in a clay oven. Hot inside, hot outside.
But now it's getting over.
getting
Yeah.
over, yeah.
It's reducing slowly.
I'm living in my house is in Jumeirah as well.
Ah, nice.
These guys are visiting. And June, July, like hot. I'm looking in Palm Jumeirah, Dubai Hills, and the macro police.
I see.
I drove my four-wheel drive all the way up to the building because I'm not fucking getting out of it. Look and go back.
It's good, that's right. All right. today is hotter than every other day this week.
Oh, we made a good choice then. We?
It's hotter today than every other day.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's the rain that happened here, because when the rain came, I saw even 28 degrees.
Oh.
Ah.
Yes. And every day after it was 38, 39, 42. But today, even at this time, it's 45.
Oh.
When I was driving to the office, it was 48.
Has it been busy?
No. Every summer like this is it's never too busy. Just like you could have one day which is busy, but we don't really call it busy because the staff, everyone has gone on vacation.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So the few people who are there, then you could just have like a full house once. But we run like 200, 400 even per day. And we do mornings and afternoon, but now we don't do the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have just one safari running in the morning, which is called the conservation drive. We pick you in this car, they will drive, and we bring you at the hotel for breakfast.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. The other safaris, they close them. We also have the hot air balloons.
Oh.
Yes. So hot air balloons, we start early as 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yep.
We fly over this area.
Yep.
Take electric cigarette.
Not much to see over this area though, on the balloon.
On the balloon, it's just the beauty of the desert, and
Desert, yeah.
and the area.
Yeah. In the morning as well.
Yeah, and sunrise. After wherever you land, because it's the wind that decides, we follow you with the cars.
Yeah.
When you land, we pick you, we bring you to the camp for breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
and then they take you back to the city. So one of the plants I would like to show you is the plant with the highest in population in the desert. They call them dune grass. All these ones you see. Yeah, the dune grass is a very common plant in most countries in the world. They call them dune grass because they help to protect the dunes from the erosion of the wind erosion. You know, we have a lot of sandstorm. Yeah, so because of sandstorm, I'll show you some part which the wind is trying to dig off the sand. You will notice in this area, the plants, you can almost see their roots. Their roots can spread like 3 meters in the sand. And they make a lot of roots. So that's why it's hard for the wind to just carry them out. So no matter how strong the wind is, the dune in these kind of places, they stick to be permanent. They just have little changes, but in places where plants are not holding them. I'll show you down there. In Europe, they call it beach grass. Yeah, they put it close to beaches and lakes.
Yes.
People who are into construction, they plant it close to, how we call it, the bridges. If someone builds a bridge, he's going to put it by the side. So if you look here, you notice that the wind is hitting hard here. Look at the ropes. So those are the roots like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so Bedouins, they use this plant for medicine if you have diabetes, the low blood sugar type. So they ask you to pull them out the roots and you eat the roots. For other stuffs, they use it to make baskets, they use it to make ropes, they use it to make mats, food covers and bags. So pull the long ones, you can dry it and then you can plait or weave it to have whatever you want. Gazelles and oryx, they get about 80% of their food from this plant and 60% of the water they need. I always ask people, like, where you think we can get water? They say follow the animals like gazelles and oryx. Gazelle, we know, can go their whole life without drinking from a water source, so long as they have plants to eat. Oryx can stay 2 weeks without drinking from a water source.
This is part of Dubai or
It's Dubai.
Queen?
Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah.
Isn't that the Queen state we went through? Dubai comes that far, yeah.
Yeah, this is still Dubai. If you drive from the highway, if you drive 20 minutes more, you get into, you see welcome to Al Ain. even less than 20, like 15 minutes more, because I drove from here.
So Sharjah and Queen don't have much of a land then.
Yeah, no, Sharjah is the third largest.
Third largest.
Yeah, so you have Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, and then Ajman too is very small. Yeah, Ajman is attached to Sharjah. Sharjah is big. So we know that 70% of the living things in the desert, they only go out at night. So if you're looking for things like life, the best time is to find them at night time. During the day, you only see oryx, gazelle, physically, and some of the lizards, like the monitor lizards and sunfish. Sunfish is a lizard that swims in the sun. If we are lucky today, you can see one. So nighttime, you can see lots of small insects and spiders, dung beetles, scorpions. After scorpion, we have mouse. We have a lot of mouse, a lot of gecko lizards as well. That's why there's lots of snakes. We have two kinds of snakes you can see at night: the sunhorn viper and the saw scale viper. So this is always hunting the snake. The snake's always hunting the mouse. Yeah, we have two kinds of mouse here. They call them the jerboa. Jerboa is like, they call it kangaroo mouse. Yeah, they have short hands and long feet, so they hop on 2 feet here. And then there's a chessman gerbis. Very cute, small brown mouse. They have small white on their, like on the belly part, it's white, and the body is brown, like the sand color. So they're always being hunted at night by these vipers. And most days, like if I drive, especially the morning safaris, I see like snake tracks in some places. Yeah. So the company is using that as an opportunity to run a different kind of safari, which they call night safari. Yeah, so we bring you from your hotels from around 6-7 p.m. depending where you live, and we bring you to the desert. Then we'll have a 1 hour walk in the bushes. I'll park the car somewhere. We go with torches, trying to see what we can find. Yeah, so when we take this walk, we're actually looking for tracks. If the track is very new, especially snakes, you just follow, you meet the snake line somewhere there. And we respect their privacy. Keep a distance, make photos, and then we go away. So whatever we see, make photos, then we go for dinner. So they also have like a special meal in the evening.
Are they venomous, the vipers?
Yes, very venomous. Especially the saw scale viper is the most venomous. But the most scary is sunhorn viper. It has like very rough scales, and then the same color like the sun. It has two tiny horns, and the way they behave, they hide in the sand. Mostly in places when they are trying to trap their prey. Yeah. So they always go close to where mouse are living. They go and they hide around, just waiting for it to pass, and then they can pounce on it. So the next plant I'll show you are Rimph. Rimph is spelled R-I-M-P-H. So Rimph, you can see them dot all these big round spots everywhere. So the Rimph plant is the most dry plant during the winter and the most green during summer. So during winter, the dune grass is more green, so the animals can eat. Summer, the Rimph is more green. So when the others go dry, this one become green, the animal can have an exchange of what they can eat. So Bedouins used to use the Rimph for making their soap or shampoo. Take their leaves, if you want to wash, crush it, you can use it for washing. Boil the roots and drink like a tea. And the plant is helping all these other lots of lizards, mouse, snakes to make their homes underneath. So there's other things here like hedgehog, desert hare, sand fox, very common. I've been here for 3 years. I've never seen a sand fox. My only opportunity last week. The guy in front of me, he saw it, but he did not show it. So he made only a photo and then asked everybody, "Did you see the fox?" I seen foxes only in Abu Dhabi. Okay, there's a sunfish climbing the dune over there. You can see it shining. Something is walking on the dune, going up. Yeah, it's a little bit far, so you cannot tell. If you're lucky, you actually see one close. Then I'll try to scare it to run away so you can see. So when I drive, you might see small holes by the side of the dunes. That's where they live. So they feed on small ants. The small ants that walk around. They call them the sun racers. So other animals will feed on them, even snakes, and the most common is a monitor lizard. You have monitor lizard here this long, this big. So early morning they are always hunting them. So if they hear any small sound that they are not comfortable, they will just dive in the sand. That's a small one. This I'm sure that we can see them. So this spot they bring food for the oryx. So they just add them food just to make sure that they are having the right nutrition. So like all of them which you see inside the fence, they are trying to sort out those with stronger genes and then let them go out. Yeah, but here they are still looking for means to make sure that they are feeding well. So here is where they do the farming of all the food they use to feed the oryx. So they have farms for alfalfa. And the hotel also has horses. So they grow everything from here and then they can use it to feed them. So there's many places in the desert where water comes out from the soil. If you drive around this country, you'll notice some places are swampy. So you get to see how much water is found in those places. So mostly when we have the rainfall, you see that some places just collect the water and water remains there for a long time. So all this kind of water is not good for drinking. In the past, Bedouins did not know how to take out the salt from the water. If you look at the water here for drinking, about 80% is desalinated water. And the rest is coming from the Hajar mountain, where you have the Al-Ain. There's even a water bottle called Al-Ain. So most of the places like this, you see they bring out the water. If you drink this kind of water, it can make you go sick. Yeah. If you're stuck in the desert, the best you need to drink close to the trees. Yeah, because if this water was good, trees should be growing here as well. Yeah. So now they know how to take out the salt and they can use it in their farms. This is one of my favorite plants. Beautiful but also dangerous. The beautiful parts, they use it for asthma, for the healing of asthma. It's called Sodom's apple. So you see the purple flowers. They take the purple flowers, they boil it, and then kids can inhale the steam. So it helps you to breathe better. For adults, they say they dry it and then they smoke it. So that's the number one medicinal purpose. Number two is laxative. When you break the leaf, it makes a white milk, like a white liquid. 2-3 drops in a glass of water will be a good laxative for you. And that same liquid, they say you should not bring it to your eyes, because if you mistakenly let it go to your eyes, it can lead to blindness. So that's the dangerous part about it. So you think about in the past how someone got to learn the hard way.
Yep.
Yeah, you just keep wondering, but what's happening to my eyes? And then you know that I was playing with this plant. So if you look around here, you notice that there's lots of dune grass. So there's nothing the wind can do that will change this place. The dune grass is also a plant that can survive you in the desert. They say if you're lost, the most important thing you need is water. So before you find a water source, you can use the dune grass to buy time. Pull them out the roots, keep eating the roots as many as you can. You can get like drops of water, so staying hydrated. So I'm bringing you to one of the places where all this water, you see they are pulling out the water, where the water is actually standing heavily. So they have decided to make a lake out of it. And everything you see around, they have planted. They have trees, they planted the trees, they are putting fresh water. Inside the lake, they have added fishes. They are trying to attract birds to come and stay over there. I see more sand gazelle. So sand gazelle, they get to make twin babies every time they put to bed. Once in a year. Hopefully we'll see the mountain gazelle. Mountain gazelle is dark brown. In the Arabs culture, they use gazelles and oryx to describe the beauty of their women. So if someone calls you Al-Maha, that's oryx. Arabic name for oryx is Al-Maha. So Al-Maha means beautiful eyes. It's actually talking about your eyes. If someone calls you gazelle, it's just saying that you're pretty as a gazelle. You see, sun gazelle, a mountain gazelle make one baby, but they can do it 2 times in 1 year.
They're not native to this area.
They are. They are. So when you look at gazelles, you will see the difference. If you go to Africa, they have more of impalas. Yeah, so that's why people get confused when they see them. So they are meant to, they love the area. Yeah, it's hard to live, but nature has made it in such a way that they can adapt. Oryx, they are using their white skin to reflect the heat. Gazelles, how do they cool down themselves? They have these ears. Their ears are always up. If you look inside the ear, you see like veins, like when you look at a leaf. They say when they were doing the Burj Khalifa, I don't know if it's true, they think about how much glass that building needs. So I heard they decided to make their own glass factory here, to produce their own glass from the sand. be going now for the sunset. So that's where you get some drinks and canapes and you watch the Falcon show. After that, you go on camels for dinner. Yeah, so we'll be waiting for you at the entrance. As you arrive, I'll just show you in and then you can enjoy your evening. So do you think that if you're lost in the desert, you can survive?
That's hard.
Because this was the home to some people and they actually were very much comfortable staying here. So you know how to find water here, and you have a lot of barbecue running around. So one thing important, you need to know how to make a fire. So first thing you need to do, you need to make a trip to the Hajar mountain. Remember, Hajar means stone in Arabic. So that's where you can find flint stones. In your bag, you always have to have that 2 flint stones forever. There's this plant we saw all planted around the lake. They call it firebush. I'll show you as we go up. The firebush produces every time in a year. It already produced the seeds. So it grows like a bean seed. And inside you have small seeds which are attached to something that looks like a cotton. So when they grow dry, the sack cracks open and then the wind will help with the cotton to take the seeds to different parts of the desert. So that's how their seeds are being dispersed. So the Bedouins were smart enough to know that when the seeds starts getting dry, they will harvest enough and keep it with them in the back. So anytime you need to start a fire, you just need to find a fire bush still, go underneath. You can get small branches, and then I'll show you the plant. It has the leaves. It doesn't really make leaves, but some, just like you see the gin grass. So you collect a lot of them, like a handful, and you rub it in the hand like that for about a minute. After rubbing, you will have these tiny fibers, like you see your hair. It's smaller than your hair. You put all that together, go to your bag, bring out, crack it open, and pull out all that cotton of the fiber you have made. Then you bring your flint stones to get the spark to touch it. That way you can quickly make a fire. Yeah, so they call the plant, the scientific name is Lepidinea pyrotechnica. I'll show you the plant. It's very, very, very common. And most places there's a difference in plant. You see that some places have a specific kind of plant and others don't have. Yeah. Like here you notice, pay attention to the dune grass inside the reserve. Where we are going to now, there's dune grass, but a different version. Yeah. It's a very common plant. In your countries you will have it, but maybe a different kind. But they are all sage. So just here, this is a firebush, the big one. Yeah. So when you look under the plant, you see that you notice there's a lot of dry parts underneath. There'll be more as we are going out. We see that. There's one by the road here. The scientific name is Leptidinia pyrotechnica. Pyrotechnics talks of fireworks, so it's very flammable. This one. You still see the seed things hanging, but they're all cracked open. It's just the leaf. Yeah, the bark remaining. And to break the plant is very hard to break, so you can make like good strong ropes out of it. Down here there's a horse stable for the hotel, and this hotel you can, kids only from 12 years and above. They have only 42 seats. The cheapest room rate I've seen is around 3,500.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, it's one of the most expensive hotels in Dubai because of the space. Not everyone can stay there at the same time, so that's why it's always expensive. So you say, like, when you find water, you need to dig a well. After digging the well, how do you bring the water out?
It comes automatically, isn't it? You bring the sand out.
Yeah, you bring out the sand. Anyway, you can dig deep until you find water. So once you meet the water, how will you be taking the water out of the well? Today you can use buckets, but in the past, how you think the Bedouins survive with no buckets? Sorry?
They use leather.
Yes.
Leather.
Yes, exactly.
Skin made out of skin
leather.
buckets.
Yes. He used to be a Bedouin before, so he knows where to find water.
That's right.
He knows how to bring out
That's
water.
exactly what he was.
So we have in one of our camps, we do a program they call Bedouin Culture. So it's a morning safari. It's not happening now because it's hot. So for Bedouin Culture, you actually get to spend time with some locals, and you can ask them any question you want, ask them their way of life and everything. So we have this leather also over there, which they use it for cheese, for making of cheese. So they skin the animal, and like they skin the animal in a way that they don't over break it. Yeah, and then they use some ropes to tie it hard, and they dry it, and then they leave only the section where you need to use it for water. Once you dry it in a particular shape, it will stay that strong. I'll show you another plant. It looks very similar to the firebush, but it's different. You notice the firebush grows up straight, but this other one, it grows and falls. So that's firebush. This is a small one I'm trying to talk about. It's called Atta. Inside the fence here we have a big one. This first one. So the Atta, they use the leaves for tanning of leather. Keep the leaves in water for a few days and you can tan your leather in it. And the wood, they say if you need to do indoor fire, it's good to use the wood because it doesn't make a lot of smoke. So just like the reem plant, the Atta is the most dry during winter. During winter, it has no leaves. They throw up all their leaves. Yeah. Then summer, they instead look green.
What they use for fire, like the normal wood or just the wood like that?
So you need to, if you have to cook, also it's always very difficult because there's not a lot of wood. So the easiest thing that can give you wood is firebush and Atta. So if you find yourself under a firebush, there will be maybe one or two around. You can do a small collection that can last you some time. But if you want to do fire for a longer time, then you need to be within the gaff tree so you can collect all those branches. So you have this bread. It's also common in India. It's like the dosa. Here they call it regak. So regak used to be one of their most common meal they carry with them because it's easy to cook. Only wheat flour, salt and water. Yeah, we do it in one of the camps, so we show it to the guests how it's made. Only takes 60 seconds. Once the pan is hot, you can prepare one bread. Like you see here, there's lots of firebush. So if you have to make a fire here, it's not really that bad.
But in the houses, you know what I mean? Like they won't be able to use this in the house.
No, where they call home is that place they settle for that time, and they will only settle under gaff trees. Yeah, so they can use branches, so it's always fine. So this is like a big fire bush.
Yeah, but it's good for quick fire. But
Yeah.
not long.
It has branches under it, but you need to go like really under, you see. I've done a 3 hours walk in the desert. It's very hard. There's one time we spent 4 days in the desert. So we had a school that was camping. Yeah, all of them were like from grade 4 to 6 primary school. They stay for 4 nights. Like very difficult to handle. First day we did a desert walk and they all get tired. We go pick trash.
Your body is not used to it. So
Different muscles.
different muscle.
The thing is when you walk, it was not hot. But the thing is that when you walk in the desert, you only pay attention to where you're putting your feet. And then all of a sudden, you don't even know where you came from. Yeah, because the dunes, everything is looking like the same.
Easy to get lost.
And that's why stargazing is important. We'll be doing a stargazing for you today for summer special also. Hopefully if we have stars. No stars, no stargazing. So they use the stars here a lot for navigation and telling stories, like a TV. They did not have storybooks or TV in the past, so they would just look at the stars and form stories and tell you about. And mostly their calendar also, everything comes from the star. He loves birds. That's why you see the picnics all over his house. He has like lots of birds. He has very beautiful horses. In winter season, we are lucky to see them. And they train them around the property. This is where the people with the vintage Land Rover, they will come for their sunset. They all sit on the carpet. Alright. So anything you don't want to carry, leave it in the car. You go here with the camels and I'll bring your mother to the
I'll
company.
go with your mum. You go with the camel.
No, okay.
I've been on a camel before.
Okay. Put the car down. Only go to come back. I will bring the car there. I will take you there.
We're gonna do here.
Yeah, we'll take the
Sitting area.
Yeah.
How many more stops we have to get?
Now finish. So after this dinner, so you go on camels and go for dinner.
Go on camel.
Yeah.
The dinner here?
No, in another place.
There's another place.
Yeah.
So the public can't bring their own four-wheel drive and drive here.
No, I'll show you some place outside. Like before we came into this gate,
Yeah.
there's a place that you can come and drive. It's fine.
I just bought that fucking Nissan petrol.
You want to spoil it, yeah?
Yeah.
You want to
I got
go?
nowhere to go.
There's I don't know if you saw it before we reached the petrol station when I exchanged on the road.
No, I didn't. I was busy with email.
I noticed your head was down most
Yeah.
of the time. So there's a mosque. If you go on right side,
Yeah.
it's free desert. Yeah, there's a group of people who they come together. They make
Yeah,
a
I
group
heard
and
about it. Yeah, they got four-wheel drive.
They
tour
come.
group
I've
and
seen
all
lots of Jeep people. All over.
Go back, remind me, so I'll put a mark on the.
Okay.
And then I'll remember.
You want to hold a Falcon for photo? Just come with me.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'll bring them, don't worry.
Very good, and yourself?
So if you like to hold the falcon, if we come and hold the falcon, then I'll give you your drinks. Okay, then let's hold first, then she can sit. Four. Okay, you can sit here, ma'am. You can sit. The wind is strong. No. Only one or four. Voila. Okay, see you after the show.
Can also feel he's not too heavy. He only weighs about 700 grams, so he's less than 1 kilogram. Whoa.